Hello, I'm Alex, and this is Three Guys 5 Feet Apart. I'm here with my co-host,
Jonah.
I'm your co-host, Michael.
And I'm your boy, Austin.
All right, guys. So how are we all doing?
That's a horrible intro. I'm doing great, Alex. Thanks.
Let's just start over.
No,
We're not starting over. This is
live.
We already
on air.
did
This is recording.
three
This is in the
times.
podcast.
I mean, it's not on air. We're just recording it.
Yeah.
You're the host today, Alex.
So,
Yeah,
I
Alex,
just
doing
haven't
it.
seen you guys in a minute. How are you guys doing? That's all I want to know.
we're doing great, Alex. We're doing just fine.
Every day I want to die.
I'm doing good.
All right. I know it's a little rough with COVID going on, but damn.
I mean, that happened. That existed before COVID. To be fair,
Why is life so bad, Jonah?
this is not Dr. Phil. Suggest a topic, dude.
You know, if you want a topic, you go for it.
Okay, I have tons of topics. So lately, I have been diving head first, brain first. I just want to specify by saying I'm woke, guys. I'm so much smarter than all the sheeple right now. All you stupid globe earthers sucking the teat of NASA, the lying propaganda machine. Guys, guess what? The Earth is flat. It's been proven by
What?
legitimate science from legitimate people. I've listened to nothing but Flat Earth podcasts for like the past 2 weeks. And I'm just going to say I've been converted. I'm a flat earther. All you ball earthers, you're sheeple. You're lied to.
I'm gonna one-up you by saying it's actually a cube, like Minecraft. So, you guys are all wrong.
Minecraft's been real all along.
Minecraft's reality, and we're living in the simulation. So, but legitimately, I have been listening to nothing but Flat Earth podcasts in sort of preparation for this. And I will tell you something. These guys are crazy, and they're hilarious to listen to. They speak with so much confidence in what they're saying, and then you listen to what the words they say, and you're like, these guys have no concept of like the scale of things in space. They have no concept of how machines work. They have no concept of history, physics, engine, like all the basic scientific principles that like kids learn in school. They all consider them to be like fake stuff that the government's drilled into your head.
They've been lied to forever.
Yeah, and they're like, the only real science is the kind I perform in my garage on weekends where I think the earth is flat. It's like, they talk about like peer-reviewed
I'm
studies.
a real doctor.
Yeah, they're like, they talk about peer-reviewed studies where they're just like, they say this article is peer-reviewed. However, I didn't review the article at all. It was only reviewed by other scientists who also all have the same agenda. It's like, yeah, that's what a peer is.
That's what
It's like, I don't go to my doctor and ask him like, hey, my car's not working well. I don't go to like my dentist and be just like, hey, I have some pretty bad anxiety problems. No, I go to people that know those things. So I don't go to some random dude living under the freeway and ask him, do you think the earth is flat or round? So, yeah, flat earthers are amazing to listen to, and they just baffle me, and I love them. I want to have them on the podcast. I just want them to, like, come here and say whatever they want. I know we already talked about the flat earther that died trying to, like, prove the earth is by shooting himself in a Wile E. Coyote-style rocket that immediately fell and killed him.
I mean, at least he died doing what he loved, which is believing lies.
And one more flat earthers out of the gene pool.
But my question is, what's the general consensus from the flat earthers? Is it just the Earth that's flat, or is every other planet flat too?
That is the best part of the flat earth community. The best part...
Only Earth is flat?
The best part is that, unlike everywhere else in the world where scientists do have a general consensus on most things, I think the only thing they're, like, arguing over is, like, string theory or other, like, origins of how the universe works. Flat earthers have, like, a million different forms of what they think it is, and they all hate each other for it.
Why do they get in arguments with each other?
They get in heated debates, they send death threats to each other, where it's like, you believe in the ice wall? That's stupid. Everyone knows that beyond Antarctica is an even bigger planet they're just not allowing us to explore. Or other ones where it's like there's a giant dome over the flat earth, and that's what keeps us all in.
So not even flat earthers
What is
get along.
I'm sorry, what's the string theory? I heard of it on The Big Bang Theory the other night. And I'm curious.
Dude, I got my degree in graphic design. Do I look like I know what string theory is?
You mentioned it, so you have to know something about it.
I think, and oh my goodness, this is generally, I'm going to preface this whole thing with, do not believe anything I say. I'm literally guessing off of an article I might have read like 5 years ago. I think the general idea is that like the universe is made up of strings that sort of vibrate at like a frequency that creates the things we see and observe. And I'm not
so
100%
we're in a
on
big guitar.
Yeah, sure.
Or
I mean, like I said, I
like
have
a
a degree in
piano.
graphic design, so I'm not a string theory expert.
That's actually pretty interesting, though.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But let's get back to the flat Earth.
Okay.
What was this?
I was just gonna talk about what were we talking about this morning, Austin? The whole quantum realm. They figured out how to quantum transport things through computers, which is like a big step right now. And then,
Like they figured out how to teleport like quantum particles, like these like really small particles from like
Quantum entanglement. I know what you're talking about.
from like one side of the Earth to another. And they think if they can figure out how to do it and like use like a quantum computer, they might be able to invent like teleportation in the future.
Yeah, that's actually like the next step in computer science is quantum computers. It's like a regular computer works off of like microchips, but still information has to travel, even though it travels at like the speed of light.
Yeah.
But you can go faster if you do quantum entanglement, which basically is like linking two distant points in space together, and like you entangle them that's why it's called quantum entanglement. And you can transport things instantaneously from one point to the next, so it's technically faster than light. So the idea is you can use this and make computers that can process so much more information so much faster. And I think there actually is some quantum computers that already exist. I think like Google has one.
Yeah, I think there's a couple.
Could you imagine gaming on that?
Bro, that'd be
You might be able to play
crazy.
Cyberpunk 2077 without any glitches.
Maybe.
You have a quantum supercomputer.
Dude, I am so sad about Cyberpunk. I was so excited for Cyberpunk 2077.
No, I'll be real. This is all going over my head, and I'm trying to get a degree in computer science, and I'm really sad right now.
no, it's okay. But yeah, Cyberpunk 2077, it is getting some mad hate right now, and I feel pretty bad for it. And I don't know if I'm gonna play it, but I know Austin will. How do you feel about
I
it?
heard they were offering refunds for that game.
Yeah, so the only thing is they lied about it being able to run on like old gen. It can run on current gen. I mean, it still has bugs, but like if you look at like gameplay from like a PS4, it's like it looks like PS1 graphics from like it's terrible. So I think PS4 they're giving refunds, and I think Xbox is taking it off their like store, so you can't buy it for current gen. But like, CD Projekt Red lied, and like they didn't even let anyone review it on consoles. They only let people review it like on PCs. So everyone's kind of mad, and their stocks are dropping.
I just love the fact that like you have, because it took like 8 years for them to make this game.
Yeah.
And they probably spent like millions of dollars just on the marketing alone.
So much money.
And I'm just baffled at the fact that they could fail this miserably. It reminds me of the Avengers game that came out recently.
Oh, yeah.
And then meanwhile, you have like two dudes in their basement that cranked out Among Us, and they probably are like already have like $1 billion by now.
Basically.
So it obviously shows that like, I just think it's these big game developing companies that just have like no clue about anything anymore.
I think it's like just big corporations, just all they care about is money, and they just want to like, they didn't want to wait any longer. They wanted their money, so they just want like get it out, like just put the game out.
Yeah.
They don't care what customers think.
They miss the quarantine. People are getting out and about again. They should have released it during quarantine like Nintendo did with Animal Crossing.
Nah, like if you look at like their stocks, like it just dropped like someone's getting fired at that company.
I think the game will be fixed one day.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe they're gonna pull like a No Man's Sky, and it's gonna be amazing.
No, yeah,
apparently
I think
people like that game now. I still think No Man's Sky is trash. For all you No Man's Sky fans out there, you're not invited to the podcast.
Okay.
Wow.
No, okay. I've played the new version of No Man's Sky because it's on Game Pass, and it actually they have done a lot to change it.
Yeah,
and
they
have
like
added
fixed
a
it
lot of
all.
stuff.
It's online now. You can play with
Yeah.
other people. It's amazing.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun, but you do have to have like it's just a certain gameplay where it's a lot about of just you flying from planet to planet and being like, oh, like yeah, exploration. It's just looking
like
at cool
Minecraft.
stuff. There's not like, yeah. So as long as you like that kind of gameplay, you'll like it, but it's not for everyone.
I mean, what I hate is when developers give these real big, ambitious promises like you can do anything, and it's like, no,
Yeah, because
you can't
they're
do
never gonna
anything.
get that.
They're gonna like the next E3. They're gonna be just like, this video game will grow your penis 3 times its size. It's gonna fix your whole life. Girls will come running to find you when you start playing this game. It's gonna be the best game ever. And then it gets released and it's like a point and click, and then you're just.
But here's
like,
the thing:
this
is there's
awful.
so many people that fall for it and buy it or pre-order it, and like you should never buy a game brand new because there's always going to be bugs. There's always going to be something, no matter what they promise.
Isn't that kind of messed up that that's the reality of games now? Like, it used to be like you go to GameStop and you bought the new like Legend of Zelda on GameCube,
And
and
it
you
was
were like,
you were perfect.
Yeah.
You were happy.
it's like, this is the game. There's not going to be any DLC. There's not going to be any patches. I'm going to put the disc in and it's going to run. But nowadays, like, people literally are releasing like half-made games with like the promise of like DLC coming out next week, new patches.
Or just games that never end, which like I get why they do that, and it's a cool new idea and stuff. But like I just wish gaming was more simple, like it used to be. Just get the game, you go home and beat it in a weekend.
I miss Pong.
Right.
Can't get much more simple than that.
Well, me and Austin were talking on the way over here today. Lego Star Wars. They're
was
making a whole
dope.
new one of those, and they're redoing the whole saga. And I just remember playing that as a kid, and that was probably one
That
of my
was the
favorite
best
games
game
ever.
ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Did you guys ever find the secret area in Lego Star Wars 2?
I can't remember, but like I used to try to like find like all the tanks and stuff.
I forget what it was, but I think if you 100% of the game, you got to go to like a little Lego town where you could like destroy and build everything.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
yes,
awesome.
I do
Yeah.
remember that. Yeah. See, it's just, and you can
Yeah.
actually play with people. Like I gotta, like me and my brother played together.
Yeah.
Now you just have to sit at home alone and have somebody else watch you play or play online. It's just they gotta get people together now. Like,
Oh, did you say they're redoing the old saga?
yeah, they're redoing like the
they're
old,
not doing the new movies.
They're gonna put the new movies in too,
Oh,
but
Lame.
they're gonna do all of them. But they're
So-
mainly focusing on the old saga.
You know what annoys me
think
the
that says
most about the
something.
new movies? I don't know if I brought this up on the podcast before. What annoys me the most is the fact that Finn is a converted stormtrooper. Like he became a good guy, and he explains like all the stormtroopers are basically like kidnapped from birth and indoctrinated. So they're basically all brainwashed kids. And then like so you think to yourself like, okay, so stormtroopers could become good. And then for the next 3 movies, they're just mowing down hordes of stormtroopers, which again, based on what Finn said, are essentially brainwashed kids.
Right.
And like Finn never struggles with it. Like 5 minutes later, Finn is like decides I'm gonna betray the First Order, and then immediately they get in that TIE fighter and he just starts blasting away at other stormtroopers. And it's like, you were literally like friends with these guys like 5 minutes ago, and now you have no qualms about killing them.
Yeah.
It looked like you were gonna say something. You just kind of shook your head.
I
No,
find
I
him
agree.
relatable.
You find him relatable?
Yep.
Wait,
That's
you
scary.
like Finn the character?
No.
Okay, I was about to
I'm-
say we're gonna have some issues.
He's not as hot as Poe. He's not as powerful as Rey. What
Oh,
did he
okay.
even do?
I'm not gay, you know. Five guys 3 feet apart because we're not gay. But
Not
Poe's
gay.
a good looking man.
He is a good looking.
I wish I
man.
had his hair. I'm not gonna lie. I wish I had that long, curly, thick hair.
that. Yeah, that's a little sus.
Why is that sus?
I don't know.
It's
You kind of
sus.
went into like a dreamy description of it.
I like his hair, man. I wish I could have that hair, and I wish I had like darker skin like him. Like you know.
We'll get some shoe
I
polish,
wish I
put
wasn't
blackface on you.
No. But speaking about Star Wars, did you guys see the board that they put up and all the new shows and movies that they announced?
I think I saw it in passing. I don't think I actually like took the time to read it. All I know is I think there's an Ashoka show coming out.
Ahsoka.
Ashoka? Is it
Ahsoka?
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 Oh my gosh.
Sorry,
Are you even a Star Wars fan?
not really.
No.
Like
What?
I've
What?
watched all the movies, and I've enjoyed most of them.
Sorry, I've been like all about it lately. So
Well, I remember you were all about it in high school because you thought like Padme was super hot.
she okay.
She
Austin?
is sort of hot.
Yes,
back me
I
up.
fucking love Padme. She is beautiful. I'm very sad that she had to die.
She died from the big sad. That's canonically how she died.
She's super hot. Oh yeah, I guess
She
so.
died of
Yeah,
depression.
she basically died of
They literally
depression.
said like physically she's perfectly fine, but for some odd reason she's dying, and she's just so sad that Anakin turned evil.
I mean, they have so much technology in Star Wars. Like, could they have just like froze her for a
They
little
could have
bit?
like
and,
forced her to not die. I
Yeah.
mean, Anakin got all his limbs cut off and then burnt, and he was like fine.
Could they give her some happy pills?
Yeah,
Yeah, what's that? Nah, but like, I am pumped about all the new like Disney Star Wars stuff. But like, if I'm being honest, I feel like Disney sucks.
Disney does suck.
and
Come at us, Disney.
I need someone to make like an Old Republic show or something. 'cause
Austin's been
that
on the
is
Old
where
Republic
it's
ever
at.
since like the Old Republic video game trailer dropped with all the Sith like coming out of the ship. That's all he talks about.
Okay, yes, it's so cool. Like,
It is a cool scene. Like I've rewatched it and I'm just like, that is pretty cool.
okay,
There's that scene where like I think it's Darth like Malgus or something walks into the Jedi Temple, and all the Jedi there's like a ton of Jedi
Yeah,
there.
there's-
Oh, in the Old Republic.
Yeah, and like then they're like, "Oh, you came alone. How foolish!" And then like their ship flies in, and the hatch opens, and then you see like one red lightsaber ignite, and then followed by like 20 more in the back.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about
Yeah.
now. And literally every game trailer for that game is just like freaking epic.
It's amazing.
Like I always wish that they would have made a movie or a show just based off of that. But like I know you guys aren't into Star Wars and you haven't seen The Mandalorian, but it's for the fans, and I think that they're doing right with it. And this Ahsoka show that's
Ahsoka.
coming out, and they're doing another one about Bo-Katan, who's another Mandalorian part of the Death Watch from the Clone Wars. If any of you guys watched that, and it's all going to tie in together. But something that you might be interested in is a thing that fans have wanted for a long time is an anime series about Star Wars, and they are finally bringing it to us. Disney, out of all the people, is bringing us a Star Wars anime.
I
So-
can't imagine that going well.
Well, I mean, they're bringing in some big Japanese names. I don't really know any of them because
Say one.
I'm not an anime.
Same.
I don't know how to say them.
Just say
I
one.
wanna-
Try
I
your
don't.
best.
I don't even.
I want to hear you say it so
I
can
don't
roast
even
you.
know the names. I didn't hear them. I just said, yeah. I just heard that they were guys that were well known in the anime universe or anime whatever.
No, you good. You good. Anime universe, sure.
Yeah, they were well known for making other great anime shows, and they're
Whatever
bringing them
anime
in.
shows.
Name one.
I
Name
don't
one.
know. I didn't look into it that
Oh
much.
god, could you
Maybe
imagine if
you
they
should
did like an
look into
SAO treatment of like
Oh my
Star
God.
Wars?
No.
One episode of Luke being cool, and then the rest is like Luke walking around through a field and like being like, "I will just want to escape the Jedi" or something, being all like moody.
have a harem of just Jedi.
Hey,
Or, like,
I wouldn't mind
clones
seeing
or
a show with
something.
Luke and his harem. Luke
Luke
can
and
clean
his-
up.
Luke and his 3 bitches.
Wow. Okay, so that feels like a natural stopping point for that topic. Very good.
What even was that topic?
It started
went
with
long
Flat Earth and it went to
times.
Star Wars, which I felt was a very natural transition for the way the topic should go.
I guess that's a good point. We did talk about space.
So I have a question, and then Jonah has some questions that I know he wants to cover. But for my question, it's very simple. What would your fursona be?
So like, I don't know much about
Um,
furries. So like, can it be any animal? Or,
Sure,
like,
yeah,
does
pick
it
an
have
animal.
to-
Like, okay, so a furry came up to you and said, "I'm gonna build you a fursuit, any kind you want. You just got to pick what you want it to be.
I've only ever seen like the dog fursuits.
It could be
so,
anything,
like,
man.
I don't know.
Be creative.
Make
All
a
right.
new fursuit.
Yeah, pick an animal that all the fursuits are like dogs or dragons or
Dragons?
like a wolf with antlers or something because they're all the same stupid
Airplanes.
thing and they all have the same stupid names. We're like, I am Shadowclaw,
Trucks.
the lone wolf furry, and it's just like that's retarded, man. so
okay.
so
Like,
what's
like,
your
are there rules? Like, could I be like a
dude? Have you
like,
heard about the
could-
furry community? There are clearly no rules.
like, could I be like a killer
Yours?
whale
Yeah,
persona? Does
yeah.
that work?
I don't think it'd be furry, but like
Yeah.
maybe they could just make it like a fuzzy killer whale. So yeah, you can be.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
Is
a
that your
fuzzy,
answer?
Yeah, I'm gonna be a fuzzy killer whale.
Okay.
And I'll be a furry little seal, and you can take a bite out of me.
Wow,
Sorry.
Jonah, what's your
That was
persona?
gay as fuck.
Now,
That was really.
I don't-
okay.
I don't know if this counts, but like I've seen these disturbing drawings. It's like in the furry art style, but they're airplanes and trucks.
You want to be one of those?
I'm confused. Like, is that the same thing?
You
as a
sound
furry?
confused in more than one way.
Because, like, the facial structure. You know the furry facial structure? Like, it
Yeah,
has
it's
the-
like big cheeks and like the little snout comes out. And they always have like
and
big
someone
ears.
drew this airplane with huge tits.
So that's what you want to be? You want to be the big boobed
Yeah.
airplane?
I wanna
Where do
be a
you see
big
this stuff?
boobed
Where'd you
airplane.
find this?
I shouldn't say that. My
That sounds even more suspicious than
All
just
right.
bringing it
Well,
up.
Jonah does some
I
sketchy
actually have a
stuff in his
picture of
real
my.
life.
I actually have a picture of my dream fursuit. I want to show you guys.
What in the hell
that's
is that?
disturbing. Don't show
looks
that
like
to
the-
anyone.
Brown cotton candy, and you're just like, why is it brown?
It is the stuff.
But
that
you're
is-
like, maybe I'll taste it anyways.
No, you don't want to taste this
don't-
fursuit.
don't
Okay, so this
taste it. Oh my
fursuit is called the Carpet Sample Fursuit. It's owned by this really degenerate individual, and all of the fursuits composed of stuffed animals that he has done unspeakable things to. The fursuit is never washed, and he basically wears it like as often as he can. But in all reality, to get away from that, that was just my segue to show you this degenerate individual. And also, I
Michael
just thought it
just
was going to
likes
be a good laugh. No, I always I like the Godzilla movies. I did a lot of research into like how the suits work. So if I was going to be a furry, I'd want like a Godzilla style suit. I want to be like furry Godzilla.
Okay, I
You're
can be
gonna
your Mamatha,
Kill everyone.
What?
the big butterfly.
Mothra.
Fight Mothra.
Mothra. What was I thinking?
You
of?
said like Mon
Mothma.
Mama or something?
Oh,
Mom.
I was back in Star Wars. The
Mon Mothma?
yeah, that's
That's
what,
what you
were. Yeah,
Yeah, that's not the same at
No.
all.
yeah, I realized that now. But you know what I'm talking about now.
Okay,
No,
Jonah has some questions from his Discord for us.
I don't really.
What's up, Jonah's Discord? How you doing?
Shout out to Jonah's Discord, which checked out our last, well, not our last one, because this is going to be episode 3. Speaking of which, by the time this episode goes out, we will have episode 2, and because we reached our goal, I will also be uploading the Lost episode 0, coming out after
Hey,
episode
I haven't
2.
even heard
Gotta
that one
do
yet.
it.
So if you're listening to this one and you haven't listened to those other 2, go back, check out episode 2 and the Lost episode 0. If you want some real cringe content.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest.
do it.
I've started to regret this. Like I'm the
I
one
don't
that
regret
convinced
it.
you to do this, but
Yeah.
I've started to regret
I-
it after I.
Yeah, for the
remember
record, I have
recording it.
never wanted to release episode 0.
Yeah, I kind of regret it now, but it's too late.
Mike, what? I wasn't a part of this episode 0. Why is it so?
It's just kind of cringy. It's not terrible, but like I feel like compared to the other episodes, it's our first try at all this, so the audio isn't as good. Jonah designed the logo, which I frankly like.
I feel like
So-
we just talked about some weird stuff.
We got into some
Are
weird
we
topics.
not
Yeah,
still talking about?
Yeah, I
weird
guess that's
stuff?
true, but I feel like we definitely talked about some. I don't know.
I feel a little more normal now.
Yeah.
So yeah, episode 0 should already be out by the time this goes out. Go check it out. Be nice to us, please. I'm very sensitive. If I see a single mean
judge us.
comment, I will
Judge us
cry.
in the comments. Give us some dislikes.
Also, speaking of comments, if you have any questions you'd like us to address on the podcast or topic suggestions, please leave them in the comments below or mail them to Alex's home address, which he shall now share.
I don't have a home at the moment. not to bring
We're
it down,
homeless.
but you know. Uh,
Please send help for Alex.
living with Austin. He's a good bud.
Okay, then Austin, would you share your home address and personal cell phone number so people can share send their comments and questions?
614.
I would rather not.
What about an email?
I'll give you the last 4 digits of my cell phone number, and you guys.
I'd
can try to-
rather have the
Social
last 4 of your
Security?
social.
All right,
Could you
my
just share those, please?
that's the cell phone number. So try to figure that out.
I should probably censor this because I really don't think you should even give the last 4 of your cell phone number.
You can just.
No, I mean they can
bleep it.
try to figure it
And
out.
Jonah already
editing.
said 614, so they only really have to guess 3 numbers, which
Oh,
I'm pretty
shit.
sure you can. I'm pretty sure like there are software out there that could randomly generate those pretty easily.
I mean, I literally get like spam calls every day. It's like it's almost my number. It's
I'm
like
gonna
one
literally
number
have
What
to-
off.
what's 10 more spam calls going to do?
Yeah, well, I
I'm
don't
gonna have to
care.
like
I just
bleep
block
out
them
you
all.
sharing.
I mean, I don't care. Like if y'all want to send me some funny stuff, that's great.
Okay,
I'll give you my bank information if you want to give me some money.
Alex, share your
I'm
Venmo.
gonna share
Yeah, it's
my
5671
OnlyFans.
at Alex Jefferson.
Please send Alex money.
Alex
I'm in
is
desperate
homeless.
Okay, well, since Jonah doesn't have his Discord, Austin, you have any cool topics for us today?
Yeah, I do.
He does have
Yeah.
a Discord.
We really want to talk about how the Ottoman Empire attacked the Armenians.
We're
in
not going to cover the
1915 World
Armenian
War I.
genocide. That is not the purpose of this
What
podcast.
in the world?
Yeah, we're just
I
going to
mean,
skip
they
over that.
Really ask a lot of
Wait,
weird
why
stuff.
did they want to cover the Armenian genocide?
We're not
Because
gonna-
they say a lot of dumb stuff.
Okay.
You want to know what they really want to talk about?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, I don't want to talk about it.
We don't have to. Okay.
No, just go for it.
Austin, what's your topic?
I
They're
don't
gonna
have one.
roast me if I don't.
Just do it. I want
Okay.
to. I want to hear
Give
it.
us
I want to hear
just
it. I want
one.
to hear it.
Just one. Is this appropriate?
Maybe.
not-
Anything we say really that appropriate?
I feel like this podcast is like PG-13.
Yeah,
you know?
they want me to talk about my foot fetish.
Do you have one?
I think it's okay.
That's
Okay,
okay
I'm
to
just.
talk
Yeah,
about.
I
we can
need
talk
to
about foot fetish.
say this. I make a lot of self-deprecating jokes because I have no self-respect.
agree.
Sometimes people take them seriously, and so
I
I
worry
need to
about
make
you.
this clear for everyone out there. No, I do not have a foot fetish.
You don't?
I
you wanna
don't.
talk about
I
my
don't
foot fetish?
actually
I
fat
was
the
about to say, it's
spider
okay because
girls.
Michael does.
Do you want to talk about my foot fetish?
And,
Let's.
and I do not wish to enslave cat girls in my basement.
That's only gonna make. I forget. Did we talk?
You
We
said
talked
cat
about that
girls,
last
but what
episode.
about cat
episode
women?
2. I
Shut
don't
up,
think
Alex.
we should enslave any women.
Well, you know.
Just I say a lot
What
of
if they
dumb stuff.
consent?
Just please don't take it seriously.
this is getting out of hand.
This one e-girl said she was really disappointed that you, Alex, only caught 3 Pokemon before you got married.
Yeah, that's true.
No, only 3 shiny before I got married. I've been playing Pokemon Go for a while before then. Is there something I'm missing?
That's why Alex is the fan favorite.
You are the fan. They love you, Alex.
I
They
don't
love you.
understand.
We're
You
exactly
remember
what you just
we talked
said.
about last podcast you were on, episode 1? How you wanted to like sample from every dish at the buffet.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. You weren't talking about Pokemon, were you? Okay.
There
Yes.
were 3 shiny ones.
Well, you know, tell that e-girl that, you know, I'm probably getting divorced, so hit me up.
God, that
No, that's my e-girl. Back off.
Oh, okay. Well, tell her if she has friends. Howdy. I don't really know what an e-girl is,
I'll
but
ask her if she
I'll
has
put
friends
Alex's
for you.
Instagram at in the end card for this episode.
I'm not on Instagram at the moment,
Okay,
so
I'll put your number on the end.
fine.
But
I got nothing
you know
else
what?
to do right now.
E-girls, if you're interested in dating Alex, leave a comment, and he'll get back to you. Alex is a very handsome man.
He is handsome.
You
And
know,
he loves ladies.
he does. Some would say to a fault.
He might also like men.
Okay, so you guys know,
No.
you guys know that I am a big Christorian. I love
Yes.
studying Christian.
Even the podcast knows that. now.
Everyone who listens will know I'm a big Christorian. However, Chris is not the only interesting person out there on the internet that's just fun to watch.
This is true.
I have stumbled upon one, and actually I think Alex was going to really like this guy. His name is Charlie Z, a.k.a. Charlie Zoanoff, a.k.a. the founder of the Underground Boxing Federation, UBF, and its former world champion. Charlie Zoanoff is... he's an interesting guy. He's someone who's like probably should be on medication, but he isn't. He's this guy that lives out in LA, and he thinks he's like an amazing boxer. He lives in like the basement of his parents' house, and he has like a boxing bag and stuff. A punching bag, boxing bag sounds stupid. He's got a punching bag. He's got like a dummy that he punches, and he like punches a bunch of holes in drywall all the time in all his videos. And he's very delusional. He like bought $1,000 heels for Kim Kardashian because he's like, Kim, I love you. Kanye West can't protect you like I can. And then, like, after he got sick of Kim Kardashian, he was like, Nicki Minaj, someday we're going to get married, girl, so come get me. So what he does is he used to just go to gyms and, like, throw down a pair of boxing gloves to, like, someone's feet and be like, come spar with me, bro. And so the guy would, like, put on the boxing gloves and be like, yeah, sure. He thinks it's, like, a joke, right? He thinks it's, like, a prank or something. And then Charlie starts, like, sucker punching him, like, as soon as he gets the gloves on. And the guy's like, whoa, 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 I don't want to actually fight you, dude. And so he takes the gloves off, throws them back down, and then, like, Charlie turns back to the camera like, undefeated world champion! And also, according to reports of people that have been involved with this, the gloves he hands you are super padded, but the gloves that he has on, like, have almost no padding in them whatsoever. I don't know if he's just using the same one over and over again, and he's worn them down, or if he's actually removed the padding. But he's basically bare-knuckle fighting you. So Charlie gets on this big, he thinks he's amazing. He thinks he's the world champion. He's very, very delusional. Like, Chris Chan looks like totally sane compared to this dude.
Where did you find him?
I have my places.
So find so many weird things.
Where do I find all these weird people? You guys just don't. Jonah, I showed you the method to finding weird people. You go to YouTube, you type in something weird, right? And then you go to the filter, and then you search by upload date, and you find like the oldest videos, and those are always the best.
But what's your definition of weird?
Anyone outside the norm, anyone outside like the standard.
So I mean, like, what would you type?
Like, would I consider myself weird?
No, like when you say you type something in weird, like what would you type?
Like I was showing Jonah earlier, I just typed in like fursona into YouTube, and then we searched by upload date and found some of the newer ones, and they were pretty like weird people.
I just can't
Honestly,
get myself to do
it
that.
sort of scared me.
It is. It's kind of scary that these people exist. But back to Charlie Z, because the story does not
Charlie
end
Z.
with him like randomly fighting people in Planet Fitness. The story goes on. He decides he wants to become an actual boxer, right? He wants to graduate from the Underground Boxing Federation and go into like the standard boxing world
Which
championship.
the Underground Federation's just in his mind, right?
It literally is. I think he made like a custom belt for it that he's really proud of, that he wears like all the time. He used to be the champ. He's lost that title technically, and he's never won it back. So he's not the champ anymore. The former
How did
champ.
he lose the title?
I will get
Did
there.
somebody get angry and just beat the crap out of him?
So Charlie has fought only like a handful of what you would call like quote unquote legitimate matches. The first one was he fought against this dude that's like 13-0. He'd lost like every fight he's ever been in, and I've seen the dude. He's got like 2 teeth left in his head. He's a short, flabby dude, but he's still technically a professional boxer. So Charlie flew out to like Kansas to fight this dude, and I think the fight's like 30 seconds long, and Charlie just gets like the crap beaten out of him and gives up.
Oh, that
'Cause-
sounds sad.
Yeah, Charlie's not an actual fighter. He's fought against a couple other people.
Yeah,
like
he
he'll
brought
go
it
to
on himself.
yeah, he'll go to like boxing gyms and like challenge a dude to a fight, and most people ignore him because they know he's like mentally deranged or something.
You
But
think we can
occasionally-
set up a fight between me and
I was
Charlie?
about to say maybe that's how this is.
Let-
Charlie Z, I got my boy AJ here, Alex J, and he's got a lot of
Call me
anger,
Alexander
Charlie.
the Great.
Alexander the
'Cause I'm gonna
Great.
conquer your world, baby.
Ooh,
Ooh,
that sounds like you're gonna do something else with Charlie.
Yeah.
So it's funny because
Not
like he
that.
gets in
They're
these
supposed to
legitimate
be
fights
5
with
feet
legit
apart.
boxers, and what happens in them is like they start fighting, and then Charlie's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Time out, time out!" Like Charlie goes like 30 seconds in, gets the crap beaten out of him, and he's like, "Time out, time out!" And he's like catches breath, and the other boxer's still there, like doing the little jabs and stuff. Like, dude, you get like the boxing rounds 3 minutes long, right? You can't time out every 30 seconds. Like you need to have the endurance for a full fight. And then they go back in. Charlie like will be like time in, and then like try to sucker punch him, and then the dude like beats the crap out of him again, and then Charlie's like time out, time out, time out. And then like afterwards, Charlie will like take the video and cut it up to like all the times he actually managed to land a punch and be like, "I'm undefeated." Yeah, so there's lots of fights where there's video evidence of him losing to people, and then like he'll later on go on his channel and be like, "I remember that time I beat that dude," and people will just be like, "No, you haven't, Charlie," and then he blocks them because they're trying to, because Charlie isn't worried about like the fame or the money. All Charlie wants is that little delusion in his head. He wants the delusion. That's his prize.
Hey,
is like living in his own world where
I'll
he's
fight
the
him.
world's greatest boxer.
I'll beat him, and I'll let him think that he won.
I mean, yeah, you can probably beat him. You probably have like 20 pounds on him. The dude's like has the body of a meth head.
The thing is, would I want to touch him? Does he look like a meth head?
A little bit.
Hmm.
So yeah, he's failed miserably in a lot of different boxing matches. It's pretty funny though. Like, so all of his trolls started getting him banned from gyms because they were like, "Hey, this dude's gonna come to your gym and threaten to box people." So he's been like kicked out of every gym in LA. And so now for his like world champion videos, they're even funnier. It's filmed with him with his cell phone, and he'll go to like the park at night, put his hood up, and just run up to like some dude walking on his own and just like sucker punch him, and then he runs away. And as he's running away, he's like, "Undefeated!" Because
He's gonna get shot one of these times.
Oh yeah, he's already been to jail a couple times. Charlie Z's like one of those characters where it's just like you don't troll him because he already trolls himself, and the biggest way to troll him is just to like ruin his delusion. There's one time that he boxed a dude, and literally it was for the title, the world championship of the Underground Boxing Federation, and the dude beat the crap out of him. Like Charlie was running away like a scared puppy out of the ring. It's hilarious to watch because he's like a squirrel trapped in a house or something, and you see him like running around to every corner of the ring trying to get out. And he gets out of the ring, and the dude jumps out of the ring too. And Charlie's like terrified. He tries to like run out, and the guy's just like, "So I won." He picks up like Charlie's belt, like, "This is my belt now, right?" And Charlie like sits in a chair and he's like pouting. And eventually someone, I think at like the boxing gym, gave him his belt back. Like, "Here you go, Charlie. You can leave now." And he's literally like a sad kid. And then of course he goes home and uploads a video where he's like, I think he's in his 30s now. But
it's just like, that's just so sad that there's those kind of people out there in the world that are in their 30s and 40s and that delusional. Like,
it's so sad that there's people out there that are in their 30s and 40s. I 100% agree with you.
Hey, sometimes you just want to feel like number one.
Even if it's only in your mind, and there's thousands of people on the internet that have irrefutable evidence that you are not the best.
Speaking of boxing, everybody knows Logan Paul and his brother Jake Paul. And I guess Jake Paul has switched from YouTubing to trying to become a professional boxer, and he's only had one fight which he won, and now he thinks he's the shit. And
I heard about that fight. Didn't he fight like just some?
He fought. It was an actual boxer. I don't.
But wasn't the dude like 20 years older than him or something? There was like something off. Like the dude wasn't very good, I heard.
Yeah, and so like it was dumb. But now Jake Paul thinks he's the next McGregor, and he's like, "I want to fight McGregor," and everybody's like, "Fuck it, let's let him fight."
Yeah.
Let's let him fight McGregor and get his ass beat. It's like the
scene in Godzilla where it's just like, because McGregor talks a lot of smack too, so literally no matter who wins, everyone watching wins. So it's literally just like, let them fight.
Yeah, right. And like I want to see it happen. Like now they're trying to, I guess, Dana White, the UFC president. I don't know how you say his name. I think it's Dana White. He's even trying to get it to where he can, Jake Paul can fight some of these women fighters, and because he knows that all the women fighters can just beat Jake Paul's ass, and everybody wants to see it.
I love how like all the people supporting him right now aren't even like if you go there, he like sees this whole stadium of people cheering for him, and he must feel like so great. But everyone's just like, I can't wait to watch Jake Paul get the crap beat out of him.
He's a punk. I've never liked the guy.
I love like he lost to KSI in that boxing match, and then like him and his brothers got like really salty and made YouTube videos about it.
Yeah,
and they were like, when we were growing up on the streets, it was really tough, and we had to fight all the time. And like some dude that went to high school with Jake Paul was like driving through his old neighborhood in Ohio because he's from Ohio. He's like, it was like a super rich upper class neighborhood. He was like, yeah, this was the mean streets that Jake Paul had to grow up on. I think the only real struggle Jake Paul ever had was when his dad's credit card got declined at Starbucks or something.
I'm not gonna lie, too. Logan Paul, he got a bunch of crap put towards him, so he had to quit YouTube for a while. But he's back now, and he's doing vlogs. It's completely different than what he used to do.
Which were
But
also vlogs.
no, but like it's just a different style, and he like it's kind of like more like rated R kind of thing. Like he does whatever he wants. And the only reason I watch him now is because he has Lana Rhodes on him most of the time because his best friend is now dating Lana Rhodes, and it's pretty great. Even Riley Reed's on there. So for all of you fans out there, go watch some Logan Paul vlogs.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. Literally, like, if you put a gun to my head and, like, sat a laptop in front of me with nothing but, like, Logan or Jake Paul vlogs, I'd be just like, pull the trigger, dude. This is not worth it.
And now, like, and then another thing that Logan Paul's getting into is Pokemon cards, which everybody's getting into. Now, I guess that Pokemon cards' worth is higher than gold and Bitcoin at the moment.
Yeah, I actually heard that the American dollar, which is already off the gold
Wow.
standard, is going to go on the Charizard standard.
That'd be pretty dope.
I'm gonna. Michael's
Want
trying to
some
mess with me at the
Charizards.
moment. It's not working this time.
Wait, do you think I was being legit, or do you...
I want it to be legit.
No, I know it's not legit.
I want it to be real, so I will believe you.
I'm just trying to figure out why there's this sudden surge of. I don't know if it's just because I'm watching it, so maybe in my mind it's a surge of all these people getting into Pokemon that never would have before.
I've
but-
been watching Critical open thousands of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I don't know why
It's
suddenly everyone's opening all
Yeah,
these
I've
cards.
seen his videos too. Apparently, he got in a lot of trouble because people were like making videos about Critical, and he was like, "Look, Critical is gonna lose his home because he's spending all this money on Yu-Gi-Oh cards. He's got an uncontrollable gambling addiction." And Critical had to make a video where it's like,
He
"Yeah,
makes
that's all
so
false."
much money.
Yeah, he like broke down like just a little bit of what he made just on Twitch, just trying to explain to people that like, no, I am in literally no danger of losing anything.
Well, like the guy I watch, he's really cool. His name is Leonhart52, I think. That's his YouTube channel.
That's too old.
But any money that he gets and most of the Pokemon cards that he does get, he keeps like some of the super rare ones, but he gives all his stuff to charity and just raises a bunch of money through his YouTube channels for different charities. And so
That's
I
what
think-
Critical does too. He like will like shell out for like animal shelters or like to help people pay for like their pets' operations if they can't.
yeah, so like these guys are really cool, and I totally dig what they're doing.
Meanwhile,
and I
didn't like Jake Paul rip up like a holographic Charizard
Yep.
that was worth? Yeah. So isn't it?
Jake
my
Paul,
God.
that's why I can't stand those two guys because Jake
Yeah.
Paul and Logan Paul, they just don't care about anything, anybody's
Anyone
property.
but themselves. They literally, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. They're scum. Like there's certain people where you're like, why do they exist? They contribute nothing. They are literally like a tumor on the nutsack of society.
Well, in society right now, like I've just been thinking lately, like I've been getting a little bit angry lately because
All
we
right,
just
Joker,
expect.
chill out.
Well, no, we just like we just expect everything to happen for us, and like I don't know how to say what I'm saying, but we just act like we deserve all these things, and we don't. And little things like even just being able to go to McDonald's and stuff like that's like to be able to do that in American stuff, that's a privilege, and I don't think that Americans realize how many privileges that we have.
You know what, Alex? I thought you were going a different direction with this, but I'm glad you finished the thought. I think I 100% agree with you. I'm going to give you an amen to that sentiment.
Thanks, Michael.
Alex says a lot of dumb things, but
That wasn't
he's
one of them.
wholesome. He's
Yes.
wholesome.
He's
I
not that
think
wholesome.
that we should just appreciate what we have more.
You know what? I agree with that. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you taking your times out of your busy schedules to come record a podcast that no one's going to listen to with me. So I appreciate that.
Well, we appreciate you too, Michael. We love you.
I love you too.
Okay.
But
I don't
wow,
do
that was a
much
really like
anyway.
touching moment. Back to just comparing, just to finish off the thought. Jake Paul and them, like they do all the stuff for themselves. They just want the money, the notoriety, and you have all these other like way better YouTubers that have like a half or a quarter of the following they do because you know they're not like they don't appeal to a bunch of foaming at the mouth 13-year-old kids. And those guys do way more for others with what they have than those guys ever do. I mean, sure, they probably donate like $1 million to charity, but they get like $1 billion, so it's not like they're giving out this massive amount of money. like doing the bare minimum. But meanwhile, you have all these other YouTubers that make a decent amount of money, but they give it to people, they do the research, they give it to people that are deserving, and they're not just like, oh, here's a little bit of money from me so that way I can feel good about myself. I can pat myself at the end of the day. I can pat myself on the back at the end of the day and be like, oh, I did something good, even though I'm sleeping in like a giant room with my silk satin sheets and have a mural of myself on the roof, which I'm pretty sure was in like a house tour that Logan Paul posted. What really ticks me off is I think Logan Paul like wore a Dragon Ball wig for his like first boxing match. It looked like Goku. Everyone kind of memed it because he looked like a troll doll instead. But it just ticks me off because I'm just like, I hate Jake Paul. I was like, I hate that he watches Dragon Ball. Like,
does he actually watch Dragon Ball?
I would
though, or does
assume
He's just a poser.
But it's yeah, I think he just is one of those people that like will buy like a Goku shirt to wear at the gym but doesn't ever watch it.
You don't actually watch Dragon Ball. Like, get out of here.
I mean, everyone's kind of watched Dragon Ball, but yeah, that just annoys me because it's always like the fans that ruin cool things. It's gonna be like Jake Paul that ruins Dragon Ball for everyone else because now it's like now I'm even debating like, do I even want to watch Dragon Ball anymore now that the Pauls have ruined it?
I hate people that jump on the bandwagon just to look cool for everyone else. It's like you were never a fan of this.
You know what? Who's the worst fans? There's a lot of communities that have terrible fans. Rick and Morty fans. I feel bad like telling people I watch Rick and Morty.
I actually like Rick and Morty, but I get what you mean.
It is amazing, but remember like the Szechuan sauce guy at McDonald's? You remember that viral video that went circling around? Where like the dude jumps up on the, because like he goes to McDonald's, did that re-release of Szechuan sauce because they mentioned it in like the season 3 opening. And like the dude jumps up on the counter and he's just like, I'm Pickle Rick! And like then like goes all weird and spastic on the floor. And it's just like, oh my goodness.
Speaking of Rick and Morty, like, are they even going to make another season? I know that cancel culture was just trying to get them all canceled because the guy that made it made some whack-ass video like a long time ago that came out about him like having sex with a baby or something. I watched it. It was weird. But like, so now people are wanting it canceled, and nowadays it totally could. So I don't know if it's gonna have another season.
Cancel culture is literally the worst thing. I mean, anyone that if anyone has read George Orwell's 1984, you should be terrified of cancel culture.
Yeah.
I mean, because I've literally read an article talking about like the girl from The Mandalorian, the buff one,
and she's just like telling, she had like, I think it was like her Twitter bio, and she was just like saying like how she believes in something. She's just like being an American and believing what she wants to believe, and all these people are trashing her for it.
But what alarmed me was like I read this article about why they were like, why we should fire this lady, and they were like, she has I forget the exact phrasing, but it was along the lines of she has the wrong kind of opinions, and it's just like that's kind of a red flag thing to say when you're like, that person has the wrong opinions. That person has the wrong thinking. I'm like, pretty sure that's a line directly out of 1984.
Yeah, not that she's a great actor, anyways. I think she's kind of.
I just like her because I like strong, powerful women.
She's in Deadpool.
I want a girl that can like rough me around a little bit, toss me around.
Wasn't she the girl in Deadpool?
Yeah. I think she also used to be. She used to be an MMA fighter.
Yeah. There's 2 MMA fighter chicks in The Mandalorian. I don't know why they're so obsessed with that, but yeah. I let Ronda Rousey put me in a chokehold.
Okay.
Good to know.
Thank you, Alex, for sharing that lovely thought with us.
I mean, would you guys date a girl that's stronger than you?
I feel like every girl I date is stronger than me.
All right.
I want a girl that can carry me. I think that'd be pretty hot.
Like that ending scene from An Officer and a Gentleman. She like walks into your work and picks you up in her arms, and you walk out together.
Yeah, that's what I want.
That's my dream too, Jonah.
That's my dream. One day it will happen.
What about you, Austin? You like a nice, powerful woman?
Yeah, bro. She could step on me all day, you know.
Wow. Why did you immediately go to stepping?
Oh,
oh no.
That sounds really sus,
No,
Austin.
but yeah. I make money. She makes money. We got extra money. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's...
She steps on you.
And
it's so weird. You just bounce between like the 2 extremes. First, you're like, I want a girl that can step on me, and I was like, okay, that's really weird. That's a weird fetish you have. And you flip to like, She makes money, I make money. You're just describing a 2-income household.
Exactly.
This is like a super normal thing.
It's gonna be
Besides
beautiful.
the stepping.
Besides the stepping.
I'm not gonna lie, like this is kind of off topic, but the same thing. I've always thought like I would totally be okay with being a stay-at-home dad and like having
You
the life
mentioned this in
going
the
with-
last episode. You were
Oh,
on
did
how
I?
you want a sugar mama.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I don't remember that,
My
but
Discord went crazy over you saying you wanted to be a sugar mama when you
Were there
when
any
you're married.
in the Discord? Were there any applicants, any takers that would be like, I'll work and just have him around?
listen,
Yeah,
I'm good at
ask.
cleaning. I
I'll
like
ask.
cooking.
You're not
I'll
good
take
at
care of the
cleaning.
kids. I am so good at cleaning. What do you have you
Since when?
ever lived with me? No.
No, that's true. I haven't lived. With
I'm
you.
I'm pretty OCD. Like there are moments where I'm not, but for the most part, yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good. So you do all the things. You have to like go back to the gym. You know, you have to spend like 3 hours a day at the gym getting swole.
I
looking
do
good
need to
for
get
her.
back into that. I've been out of it for a minute, but
Yeah, man. But yeah, so anyone in the comments who's looking for, I don't know, what's like the opposite of a sugar mama? Is it like a, what do you call the individual? Like
I think
that's,
it would be a sugar mama.
no, what do you call the individual that's getting the money in exchange for, like a trophy husband, basically?
A leech.
If anyone's looking for a leech,
All right.
Alex is available.
I just want to be a stay-at-home dad. I'll do whatever
A
you
leech.
whatever you want.
What if, okay, here, let me give you this. You want to be a stay-at-home dad, right? And so you
Right.
get like this lady, she has like a 6-figure salary. You
Mhm.
got to go to the gym every day, you got to look good, you got to clean the house, you got to cook. All that sound good, right?
Yeah.
She comes up to you and like, listen, Alex, there's an operation that's going to allow you to carry the baby. Because I don't want to like carry the baby because I have to work.
100%. I'm in right
You're-
now. Yeah.
Wow, you didn't even need to think about that?
Okay, no, because that sounds super weird and whatever, and obviously it's never gonna happen. But
Might.
I think that women having babies is like one of the most beautiful things on the planet, and I'm jealous sometimes that guys can't experience it.
It's called
Like-
gender dysphoria, Alex.
No, listen,
We had already talked
There's-
about this.
I wish that I could experience everything in life, and that's one of the things. Being able to make life, that's just super cool. You know, it's like creepy and weird, but it's also like really beautiful. And
These
like,
are the early warning signs for gender dysphoria. So I'm going to call it right now. By episode 50 of the podcast, Alex will be a woman.
oh my god,
We're
no,
going to have to
never.
start calling you Alexandria.
I'm just saying, I wish I could experience every aspect of life.
Including childbirth. Where would the baby even come out?
I don't know.
Your pee hole?
My butthole. I'll throw it up. I don't know.
Throw it up!
No, they could just
Maybe
do a.
choke
They could do
first.
a freaking what's it called when they just
C-section.
Yeah, C-section. Yeah,
Just cut it out of you?
I already have a couple scars on my stomach. Ain't no thing.
Scars like all over you.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, so none of you guys would do that. This is-
No!
No.
Moms have such a connection to their children. Like, whatever. You know what?
Are you going to nurse it too?
This is true, but there's like
I mean,
I forget what it is exactly, but there's like a hormone that like women make. So like when they actually have a baby, it does like emotionally connect them to the child.
Right.
Like when they're birthed. So like if you made a baby, I don't know if you necessarily have that. So you'd just be
What wasn't he saying? Like, if
Yeah, sure. In this hypothetical situation, he's going to be able to do all the things a mother would do, which means you would have mammary glands, which means you would have to breastfeed.
oh, that means you'd have some titties too.
Yeah, they would enlarge. They would get engorged with
Would they
milk.
get bigger or would he just get an extra set?
Oh, like a dog. How many nipples will Alex have now? I think I'm gonna go with the extra set because that sounds more demented. It sounds more deranged.
I'm sorry, Alex.
I'll be at home, nobody would see me. It's okay.
No, you still got to go out to like the store and stuff, dude.
I just wear big.
And here's
I would
the
just wear big hoodies.
here's the other thing that happens though. Like if you're not like pumping regularly, eventually the milk's gonna like seep out. So like you're gonna be at the store one day in your big hoodie, and all of a sudden like these 2 wet spots are gonna form.
They have pads for those. Like,
Alex is gonna wear lactation pads.
Okay, I'm not gonna judge Alex. Like
You should.
okay,
You should for
just-
this.
just based on this podcast, the way he like looks at the world, I like it. It's it's beautiful. I wish we all could look at the world
Austin,
this.
you should judge him
Listen,
for this.
I look at the world very negatively.
Here, on a different spectrum, and you guys are probably gonna just be like, "What the hell, Alex?" But like death—that's another part of life.
we're
It's
never
okay.
going to get sponsored.
Yeah.
You know, as we do this, we'll figure out how to tone down what we talk about. Maybe
Oh,
eventually.
have you guys ever seen the Sonic Adventure 2 real-time fan dub?
What?
No? Okay.
I have.
have.
It's not that bad.
Sounds beautiful.
It's one of my favorites.
Wait, is that like the Saturday morning cartoon that was on?
No, it's a video game. These guys,
It was the first one with Shadow in it.
they did
alright,
Damn, that
yeah.
churro
a
was good.
real-time fan dub of the whole game.
They're gone, aren't
like
they?
it's all
I hate you,
improvised, and it's hilarious.
It actually that was actually one of my favorite Sonic games.
I legitimately hate Alex right now. He
And
ate all my churros.
It's because I was edgy and I really liked Sonic
There's
Shadow.
this one
Yeah.
part where Eggman goes on this long rant, and Michael makes fun of me because I say I have these things memorized, but I can't say it. This I
Say
have
it.
down by heart.
Do it right now.
Okay,
But do
welcome
you
back
really
to 3
want
guys.
me
No,
to
I know the rant you're talking about. You know what I'm gonna do?
I can't say it.
I'm gonna clip it.
But I
I'm gonna
love
clip
it.
the actual rant into the audio. So, give us 1 second, and you'll be listening to Eggman's rant.
I said that's disgusting. So I'm making a call-out post on my Twitter.com. Shadow the Hedgehog, you got a small dick.
Okay, through the magic of movie editing, that second is now over.
It's my favorite thing ever. It's quickly become my favorite meme.
Are you gonna be able to remember to edit that?
Yeah, probably.
Alright.
I do listen to these before I post it up. This actually is gonna have a lot of editing.
You know
There's a
what
lot
I
of
do?
weird
I go
moments.
into random online
I hate you guys. This
lobbies
is
and
so much
video
more work for me
games.
to do.
I mean, you can just keep it all in.
No.
Let's keep it 100.
Let's just do it all.
God. I care.
Why
It's
do you
my
care?
podcast.
Why?
Also, Alex, you're supposed to be hosting.
Yeah, you're supposed to be the host.
I mean, he talked.
Yeah,
He-
that's true.
I
And
mean-
the outro.
I mean, he talked a lot.
Okay,
about his-
so
Beautiful world views.
okay, so let me give you guys a quick update on Chris Chan Sonichu. Chris Chan, Weston Chandler. What?
No, we're just editing in the egg thing.
Yeah,
It's going to be beautiful.
it is. So Chris Chan is still being possessed by Sonichu, and I don't know when that's going to end. It may never end.
When he dies.
Yeah, because Chris Chan can't deal with like real life problems. So ever since COVID started, Chris Chan has been Sonichu, because Chris is literally incapable of dealing with any kind of difficulties in his life. Alex is just eating all the sugar from the chorizo, not chorizo, the churros. And I'm really
Churros,
ticked off. I
wow.
only got 1 churro, and he ate the rest of them.
Yeah, how many did you eat?
3.
Jonah got no churros, by the way.
I didn't want to.
Bernie Sanders is so mad at you right now, Alex.
is dead.
No.
This just in. On the 3 Guys 5 Feet Apart podcast,
Alex, stop,
Senator
Bernie.
Bernie Sanders is now dead.
Wait, no,
Communism
who's
is
the
no
radio-
more.
Who's the radio guy? I thought, isn't it Bernie something that just died? This big popular radio guy just died.
I have
I
not
don't know,
seen
but it's
anything.
definitely not Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders is not
Bernie
dead.
Sanders wanted to run for president.
Bernie Sanders is still trying to run for president. He's gonna run, and when he's like hooked up to oxygen machines and die, he's still gonna be running.
Oh, Bernie Sanders. He's trying to give everybody free college.
Yeah, and healthcare and free marijuana.
I want free marijuana.
But
Yeah, I want free marijuana too.
no, so
Maybe
Chris
some
Chan's
LSD.
still possessed by Sonichu. These people made a fan-made Sonic the Hedgehog game called Sonic's World DX, and you can mod it. So someone made a Sonichu mod, and that's like Chris Chan's dream come true. So Chris Chan's basically been playing this game nonstop, and like asking the modders to like make more of his characters because he wants to play with all of them because he's delusional. And he also decided to help out the modders by providing voice clips. And I love I love Chris Chan's voice acting skills, but because he's autistic, like he doesn't like register. He can't do any kind of range in his voice. He can't do like impressions. He can't do anything like that. Everything he does, like if he's doing a female character, it's like a slightly higher pitch. Everything else is basically the same. So like I love it because he's done multiple things in the past where he's like, if they ever make a Sonichu cartoon, I would like to voice Sonichu as well as myself. He's like, let me show you. Hi, I'm Sonichu. Let's go zap to the extreme. And here's how I would voice myself. Hi, I'm Christian Sonichu. I'm the mayor of Quickville. And it's like literally
Christian Sonichu.
Yeah, that's how he signs it. There's a court document that released recently that he actually signed as Christian Sonichu. So, yeah.
What did he go to court for?
I think it was one of his debt hearings because Christian is in a massive amount of debt that he's literally just ignoring because until his mom dies, they can't touch him on debt because all his money comes from the government. They can't garnish his wages or anything. So, yeah.
How are they gonna get their debt back?
I don't know. Apparently, there is one loophole, and that is if his debt exceeds like $10,000 or $20,000. I'm about to burp. If his debt exceeds $10,000 or $20,000, I think, then they're allowed to like declare some kind of domain thing where basically like they can just start taking his property and selling it to try to recoup the money. And their house is mortgaged, so they could technically take his house too. Although that's in his mom's name. Her debt's pretty bad as well. But literally, once his mom dies, Christian will have like no money and no place to live.
Will he get the house, or is the bank just gonna take the house?
I'm pretty sure the bank is gonna take the house. Thank you, Alex.
Beautiful.
So, yeah, it's called. People are calling it. It's gonna be the Homeless Saga because all of the events in Christian's life are broken into sagas. So that's gonna be like a future saga. They're gonna call the Homeless Saga. Although what's far more likely to happen is I'm pretty sure like all of the people that keep an eye on Chris are gonna like make sure he gets into some kind of facility to like care for him, basically.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask. Like all the Christorians and stuff. Like, I'm surprised that they already haven't like sent him money to pay off his debt.
I'm pretty sure
people
like
have.
well they don't send him money because
Or, something
literally
like
like so you think like oh send him money to pay off his debt. No, you send Christian money
He
and
buys
like
toys.
yeah he buys toys with it. Like he
As
got a
one
government
does.
stimulus check that everyone got from COVID, and like okay, so it's a stimulus check. It's supposed to stimulate the economy. So technically, he didn't do anything wrong. However, with the amount of debt he had, you'd think he'd use that money to pay off the debt. No, he bought an iPad.
As one does.
So Christian like literally doesn't understand money that well. Christian's smart enough to realize that like these bills have to be paid. So Christian will set aside that money, but like all the rest of the money, Christian blows on like toys and McDonald's, and
we're talking about like action figure kind of toys, right? Not like sex toys.
Where'd you get
some-
sex toys from?
I don't know, toys, and it's Christian. You never know.
Christian doesn't do that kind of stuff anymore because Christian messed up. He used to buy those kinds of things. No, because Christian's tried to transition and kind of messed up his body in the process. So now, like Christian, I don't think he can perform that way anymore.
Wait, does he not have a penis anymore?
He does still have it, but like he's taken all this like weird bootleg estrogen style drugs and
Oh,
all this other
gosh.
stuff, and I think he's just messed up his body so much that he just can't function like that anymore.
As one does.
So poor Christian. I guess he's really banking on the dimensional merge giving him a new unmessed up body.
Yeah, well, I mean, it makes sense why he believes it now, because, you know.
I'd believe in it too if I was in that situation. I would cling to that like he does.
What I think is so sad is there's so many people that will legitimately try to help him, but he won't take it. Like
Yeah.
you've told me before, people have tried to set him up to do streaming. And
Yeah.
like people would watch him play games, and
They
he
would
could
watch
get money
him,
for
they
it.
would donate, he could get his life on track, he could stop making frivolous purchases and pay off his debts.
God damn, if I
Like he could like
I'd
literally
do that in a heartbeat.
He has the dream. He could legitimately make money playing
Yeah.
video games, but he won't do it.
he can make money playing video games off his Sonichu stuff, but as soon as it turns into like work, like you have to stay on a schedule, Chris, you have to like ship out on this time, Chris, then he shuts down. He could have like not just a living, but he could live comfortably. And these people, I don't want to undersell what they are offering. They're literally like, Chris, we will set up your Twitch. We will moderate the chat for you. We will handle everything. We will even set up an account so that way the money comes to you in installments. So that way you don't make too much that you no longer get your Social Security. We will do all these things for you. basically all you have to do is sit down, hit a button to hit record and stream, and play video games and maybe make a couple comments, and you could literally rake in money. And literally Chris was just like, I do not know, because that would take away my time meditating and helping the people in dimension C197. I'm very busy and I get stressed out very often. Like, so as soon as you turn it into like anyway a job, and these people don't even like, oh, you have to do it on this schedule. No, it's like, Christian, just stream an hour once a week and you'll probably make a ton of money. And no, Christian doesn't want to. And there's people that have come to him and be like, hey, Chris, I want to make a Sonichu game. Here's some stuff I've made in the past. Here's my kind of art style for the game. Christian is just like, I do not like your art style. It does not fit Sonichu. I will not be asking for a game. Or like they'll be like, I want to make like a 16-bit Sonichu game. And he's like, Sonichu should not be 16-bit. He should be 3D modeled. So literally you have all these people, droves of talented, creative people coming up to Christian, offering to do work for free, splitting the profits, giving him the lion's share, like 75 to 25. You know, Christian gets the like 3/4 of the profits for literally sitting on his butt and doing nothing. Christian rejects them all. Christian would much rather live in his delusion than make even the slightest effort to make his real life better. And that's probably the saddest thing about him.
It is quite sad, and he definitely needs some medication.
Yeah, I think he's already on a lot of medication.
I think he stopped taking all his medication. He's just insane now.
He could sell his medication.
We're talking about how he could do Twitch and make all this money. Austin was thinking, he brought up the idea of he wants to maybe try to do some gaming and get a setup, get a PC, and do something like Twitch or something like that. And I think he should totally do that. What do you guys think?
That's the same thing with this podcast. You just go for it, man. You just see what happens.
There's a lot of creators out there right now, and it's not going to hurt anything. So.
I'll game with you, Austin. We can have the 3 guys 5 feet apart gaming podcast,
or just videos, like.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about it. I was gonna save up some money so I could actually get a PC where I could actually like run everything, and then get a decent like mic and like recording software. But
do it.
I actually am like legit thinking about it. So if I actually do, it'd be cool to game with y'all.
Yeah, we'll advertise it. You
There
could
you go.
maybe even post like highlight clips on the 3 guys 5 feet apart YouTube.
There you go. That'd be pretty dope.
Yeah.
I'll come watch and simp for you in the chat.
Oh, thank you. I'd love
Yeah,
to
you're
get
gonna wear like a low cut shirt
myself
to
some
expose
Sims.
your.
Oh yeah. If you
gotta
guys
give the fan
donate
service.
$5, I'll take my shirt off for 5 minutes.
Isn't there like a girl
Wow.
Twitch streamer that like stood up during a stream and like she has this amazing butt and everyone freaked out over it? I've seen like a bunch of
like,
YouTube videos about like I don't remember her name, but every time I get on YouTube, it's like one of the top videos where it's like she stood up and it's just like a 30-second clip. And it's just like she got this really nice butt and it's just like wow.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like as a girl, wouldn't that make you feel bad? Like people aren't like tuning in to listen to you or see your insightful comments. They're literally just tuning in to like,
No,
oh, she's so hot.
They're all down for it. That's why they're wearing the low cut tops.
Yeah, we
It-
are pretty disgusting.
But at the same time, these girls know that, and so
They know it.
the fact that they keep doing it, they know what they're doing, and
And
they're getting money off of it,
I
so they
think
can't be that upset.
To that degree, it's kind of like I think they see it as like an empowerment thing, where it's just like, well, I'm making money off my body, because there are a lot of industries where it's like you make money, where other people basically make money off your body. And in that regards, I guess it's all right, but I just feel so bad for these like simps that are just
Yeah.
out there like, oh my goodness, maybe someday she'll know. Like, no, dude, this girl is not like gonna notice you.
She's just trying to make some money, bro, and you are easy pickings.
Yeah.
You are free money, my boy.
The 3D girls are overrated.
Yeah,
You gotta
Jonah
watch the
only
VTubers.
has his body pillow.
2D is better.
V girls. And
Oh my gosh, we're not talking about VTubers again.
no, we already did. It's cool. We won't talk about it.
Maybe Alex is interested.
Well,
If you're
Austin
interested-
Austin showed me what they were
Yeah.
yesterday, and it was actually kind of fun.
Listen.
I was
If
digging
you're
it.
interested
fun.
in hearing our thoughts on V Girls, tune into episode 2 of the 3 Guys 5 Feet Apart podcast. Should be in the playlist. we're not going to talk about it again.
Michael's not a fan of
I'm not a
V-Girls.
fan. I think it's stupid. And
I
I think
think
the
you're
guys that
stupid.
watch them are worse than Sims.
Ow.
Michael, you're just a hater.
I am. I hate a lot of things.
You gotta be
Okay,
open.
we are at an hour 13, at least on my computer. Probably less after I cut out all the horrible parts.
No, don't do it.
I
Don't
cut
do
a
it.
lot. Alex, as the host, would you like to give us the outro?
Sure. Guys, it's been great, and we love all you guys.
I don't.
Keep listening. Tell your friends, tell your family. 3 guys 5 feet apart. This is Alex. I'm with Jonah, Michael, and Austin, and we'll talk to you next time.
Bye.
Bye.